Hello, my wellness travelers. This is Dragonwolf, and I am still under the weather, not doing so great. This is going to be a short reading, but I did want to still give you a reading for this particular new moon in Taurus that is coming up. And I wanted to give you some type of message to work with, something to be thinking about. And what came up was the Nine of Wands. And what this is you need to persevere. You have challenges right now that you need to have stamina to continue to fight against. You're in a fight, you've been in a fight, and it's time for you to move forward with this fight. However, it's been an ongoing fight, maybe not necessarily every day, but it has been a challenge that has not gone away. And the challenge that you need to continue to persevere and have stamina to continue to move through this, because the only way through to the other side is to actually face it. This is not something you can ignore. This is not something that you can avoid. And so this is in the sector, as you can see, we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. And this is the realm in which this is in, which is in the earth energy. Prosperity is a energy here, moving forward. So there is a energy of, and I did pull these two cards here, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles, and I'll bring the other card in just a minute. And so what this is saying here is this is in the realm of what is a new opportunity, a new energy. However, this new energy is not necessarily brand new. It's something that has come up in your mind before, something that has been discussed before, something that was a possibility before, but it wasn't time. Or it was just like a new idea that has been wanting to grow. And so now you're in the realm of where there's movement with this new idea, that it seems to have more teeth. It has more possibility, more weight right now. So why that's important is because this is new opportunity is what you're having to persevere and move through, because you have the wisdom, you have the ability, you have the knowledge, and you have the methodology, you have the practicality, you have all the skills needed for this new opportunity. However, the reason that you are in this area of the challenge that you have to persevere and have stamina to get through, which means it's been tapping your energy. It's been tapping your mental, spiritual, and physical energy. Because when we are emotionally, intellectually challenged, there might be triggers coming up. There might be things that are old wounds that might be surfacing with this new opportunity that has now become more prominent. So even though it was discussed or thought of, or possibly something that may have been something you may have wanted to get into, it's now more of a reality. So that's really where we're at right now. And you're seeing that reality unfold. And it is in the realm of your financials, your career, education, even a hobby that you're wanting it to turn into something where you can be making money at it. Maybe not necessarily a full-time gig, but something that you want to turn into more of a profit type of generation. So again, this is the new opportunity here. And it is something that is not necessarily new, as I said, but it is now more of a reality. And the reason that this is such a challenge is because of this, which is the Queen of Wands. There is an opposing force, and there has been an opposing force. It does have a strong feminine aspect to it. Does not necessarily mean it is a female, but it is a feminine aspect. So it is coming from someone who is displaying more of their female attributes, more of the female energy. And it could be from an actual female, but it not necessarily has to be. And there is a lot of opposition because this person wants to control. This person wants to have the authority. This person wants to prevent you from being, let's move this out the way, of you being this person. Now, again, this is also in the feminine energy, and not necessarily that you are a female, but it doesn't matter. This is the female energy. So there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of intuition associated with this. And there's a lot of creativity. And so even though it is pentacles and wands, there is still a lot of that energy, even though that tends to be more from in the cup area of the deck. This is still what is happening. You have the ability, and you have the ability to surpass this individual. Now, if this individual is an opposing force within yourself, then you have a duality that you need to get into balance. If the opposing force is yourself, that you are squelching your belief in yourself, that you are fighting yourself, it's almost like you are having a war within yourself, that you have this knowing that you can create something that is beautiful and wonderful, abundant, that is going to bring something amazing into reality in the sector of financial, material, career, education, something that is really in the realm of the earth energy. You are opposing your own self. But if it is another person, then this person is opposing you because they believe. So either it's yourself that believes this or this other person that believes this, that they know best. They know what's going on. They have an arrogance about them. They have a belief system that you cannot possibly know what you're doing, because if they are not in control, you can't make it happen. So you are the puppet and they are the puppeteer. However, the reason that this is coming up is because they have a fear that makes them control, that makes them want to do this, because they see in you something that they can't produce themselves. So if it's a part of you that is stopping this ability to manifest this amazing new opportunity, then you are filled with fear and you're trying to control it because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to do so. But the thing is you are able to do so. If it is another person, then this person is terrified because they see in you what they do not possess in themselves. So there is a level of feeling threatened, a level of feeling unvalued and unworthy because you have something they don't have, which means you can overthrow them in a figurative sense. Whereas let's say it's a boss or a coworker, that means that you could take the boss's job. A coworker, that means that you could overstep them for the promotion, that type of thing. So keep that in mind. And the only way through this, again, is to persevere, is to have stamina. So the question for yourself right now is, how do I have that energy? So let's pull one more card and we're going to see, how do we persevere? How do we have the stamina to get through this challenge? Okay. And it is the Chariot. And the Chariot is saying that you need to know that you are what you are. You are exactly what needs to be in this situation. What does that mean? That means that you don't have to do anything else. As we looked at here with the Knight, you have all the skills, you have all the knowledge. With the Queen, you have everything you need. So the Chariot is saying you can and will be victorious and successful. But the thing you need to do is control. You need to have the assurance of self. This is not a overt, like I am running somebody over. This is the sitting back, knowing I know who I am. I know what I possess. And the truth will come to light. And it won't come to light because I'm forcing it. It's going to come to light because you cannot hide light. You cannot hide it. It's going to bust through all the darkness. So just know that that which is going to help you persevere is just you being you. Continue to do a good job. Continue to show up. Continue to be as excellent as you are. Do not hide your skills. Do not hide your abilities. Do not be afraid of that person who is, again, here opposing you. If it is yourself, don't be afraid of what you really have to possess. You are this. Don't be afraid of this. But if it is another person, don't be afraid of them. The reason that they're coming after you, the reason that they're opposing you is because you're brilliant. And they know it. And it makes them less. That is their own issue, their own problem. Now, granted, they might be coming at you in an abusive way. And that is also not okay. If you need to take steps to protect yourself, if you need to start documenting, if you need to be making a long-term plan of documentation, you don't want to go into a situation of talking to an authority figure, a HR, or anything such as that from an emotional standpoint. You want to go in as the person who is in charge saying, this happened, this happened, this happened. I have a whole document of times, of situations, of what was said, what was done, and outcomes. And this is something that will show a repeated pattern by that individual who is abusing their authority and those that are under them. If it is a coworker, then it is someone who is abusing others in the workplace. Most workplaces do not tolerate this, but unfortunately, HR needs you to not have emotion. They need you to bring the facts. That's what you're going to do, is you're going to bring the facts against this individual if needs be. So remember, keep being you. You have everything needed to be successful. You have everything needed to triumph. So this is a difficult situation that feels as though it's kind of been going on for a little while, and it is moving towards an end result. That is what this is saying. You are closer to the end of this situation. And even though it's about something new, going back to this card here, the Pentacles, this is about something new. So it is a new beginning that you are going to be successful on, but just remember, you have everything you need to make this happen. You just need to bring the light and have the truth. You don't need to do anything else. This is Dragonwolf. Again, I'm sorry for not feeling well enough to be able to do the full reading and for it to be set up in my usual spot. And I have my new home almost ready, so hopefully by the next reading, I'll have everything situated. We'll be back to our normal recordings. And I do thank you for hanging in with me. And I do love you. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for checking out my website at KathyShannonDesign.com, where you can get readings set up through the website and also check out my artwork. And stay strong. You can get through this.